Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Midday News on Global Television. We're live in the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Queen Agaba. As Nigerians grapple with the skyrocketing cost of essential medicines, President Bola Tinubu has directed an immediate action plan to curb the hike in prices of drugs nationwide. Consequently, he directed that an executive order be developed to reduce identified barriers to local drug manufacturing to enable the industry to thrive. The Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Dr. Ali Pati, disclosed this in Lagos during a meeting with key stakeholders in the pharmaceutical sector aimed at exploring ways of addressing myriad of problems confronting the sector, particularly hike in prices of drugs. The meeting, which was organized by the farmer stakeholders, enumerated various challenges that have plagued the sector for so many years and hindered it from making progress, and which the minister promised would be addressed by the federal government. First Lady of Nigeria, Oluremi Tinubu, has urged Nigerians to celebrate those who are cancer-free, while bringing awareness to the need for improved cancer care. This is contained in a statement to mark World Cancer Day. She emphasized the need to expand access to cancer care and support for patients and survivors. Tinubu also urged continued advocacy and awareness efforts to improve service delivery. The Commissioner of Police, Federal Capital Territory, Bennett Igwe, has ordered a clamp down on vehicles without plate numbers or with a single number plate plying FCT roads. According to a statement by FCT Police Public Relations Officer SP Josephine Ade, CP Igwe made this known when he met with members of the management team, leaders of all tactical units and heads of departments of the FCT Police Command, comprising area commanders and divisional police officers, tasking heads of the tactical units to identify black spots and possible kidnappers' dens in the territory and ensure they take the fight to them. Meanwhile, the federal government has restated its commitment to advancing the fight against cancer through research, education, and advocacy. The government explained that its goal was to improve cancer prevention, diagnosis, and treatment, as well as to enhance the quality of life for cancer patients and survivors. Addressing a press conference in Abuja to mark this year's World Cancer Day, the Director General of the National Institute for Cancer Research and Treatment, Professor Usman Malami Aliyu, explained that the commitment of the present federal administration to driving progress in cancer care extends to fostering innovation and discovery through substantial funding for cancer research in Nigeria. The federal government has warned states and local governments to steer clear of the collection of royalties and taxes from licensed miners operating in their domains. Minister Solid Minerals Development, Dele Alake, who gave the warning in Kaduna, also stated that miners and operators owe the federal government more than 2 trillion naira, calling on them to pay the debt. Dele said operators must pay on a monthly basis royalties and taxes to the federal government, adding that the administration of President Bola Tinubu was determined to halt the activities of illegal miners across the country. And the Bauchi State government has distributed food, non-food items and cash to over 2,085 internally displaced persons in 5 communities of Toro local government areas. The IDPs recently migrated to Bauchi State as a result of the civil unrest in Mangu, Bokos and Barki Ladi local government areas of Plateau State. The item, which include 100 bags of maize, 65 bags of rice and 25 gallons of vegetable oil, 5 cartons of seasoning, 5 bags of salt, 135 mats, 135 blankets, several utensils, and 1 million naira cash were shared among the IDPs in Tilden, Fulani, Gualjarandi, Magama, Kara, Gajole, and Takanda IDP settlements, all in the local government areas of Bauchi. The residents of Mina, the Niger State capital, have flooded the streets to protest the rising cost of food and living in the state. The protesters in large numbers blocked the Mina-Bida road at the popular Bakunguru roundabout as early as 7 a.m. on Monday. Efforts by the police to control the crowd almost resulted in violence as protesters asked police to leave, forcing the police to fire several shots in the air to disperse them. Now, an overnight fire incident has left more than 20 shops damaged and goods worth millions lost at Sango Juiri Market in Ibadan North, local government area of Oyo State. The inferno, a third of such in the city since the beginning of the year, did not record any casualty. The fire occurred as a result of an electric malfunction. Most of the affected traders just stocked up. People decided to obtain a loan so as to stock up as much as possible because of the daily rise in the inflation rate, calling on the government and well-meaning Nigerians to help out so that the huge losses would not lead to health issues for victims. Honorable Oluwayemisi Adeagbo, the councillor representing Ibadan North Local Government Ward 8, who was at the scene of the fire outbreak, confirmed that no life was lost. President Bola Tinubu has urged to investigate the allegations that $3.4 billion loan obtained from the International Monetary Fund (IMF) is missing, diverted, or unaccounted for. Socioeconomic Rights and Accountability Project, also called SERP, which made the call in a statement today, specifically said it wants the president to direct the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Lateef Fagbemi and appropriate anti-corruption agencies to promptly probe the allegations. SERP's Deputy Director Kolawole Oluwadare said the request followed 2020 annual audited report published last week by the Auditor General of the Federation, indicating, among other revelations, that there was no document to show the movement and spending of the IMF loan. The Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors has demanded clarity over the waivers granted to hospitals by the federal government for the employment of health workers in a bid to enhance healthcare delivery, urging the federal government to shed more light on the recent declaration of the Federal Executive Council on the relief of waiver for recruitment from the head of service for prompt follow-up. The federal government had in January authorized the Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare to approve recruitment requests made by qualifying health institutions. The decision, which was taken at the Federal Executive Council, the coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Ali Pati, said would accelerate the hiring of healthcare workers and reduce delays. Moving on, the Central Bank Governor, Olayemi Cardoso, has explained that the ongoing initiative to relocate department and personnel to other branches are responses to the current overpopulation at the headquarters. Cardoso stated this on Monday. The governor, lamenting the sensational slant to the issue, said the process was normal for any vibrant entity like a central bank. According to him, the movement was to align the bank's structure with its functions and objectives and redistribute skills to ensure a more even geographical spread of talent. There has been outrage following the Apex Bank's decision to redeploy over 1,500 personnel from its headquarters to other branches in the country. You're watching Midday News, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. We're on Star Times, channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using @Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. When Midday News returned, federal government and CBN denied plans to convert $30 billion domiciliary deposits to Naira. The news continues shortly with details of this and more stories right after this break. Please stay with us. Many thanks for staying with us. Now, if you've just joined us, this is Midday News live on global television in the nation's capital. Now, on the foreign scene, 19 people, with one of them a humanitarian worker, were killed in ethnic clashes over the weekend in the Abyei region, straddling the border between Sudan and South Sudan, and claimed by both. Local authorities say violence between the two countries is common in the oil-rich territory, with 54 people killed last week alone, including 2 UN peacekeepers. Another 64 people were injured in fighting last week between 2 tribes of the main ethnic Dinka, the Abyei-based Ngok, and their Twig rivals from the neighboring southern state of Warrap. Both sides have sought to suppress their own claim since the South gained independence in 2011, whereupon the area was placed under UN protection. Now, a quick look at the business desk. The Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, says the national grid has been fully restored after a partial disturbance on Sunday, Ndidi Mba, TCN's General Manager of Public Affairs, in a statement in Abuja, said that the company initiated immediate restoration of the affected part of the grid. According to the National Control Center, NCC, the Internet of Things revealed that just before the partial disturbance, which occurred at Sapele Steam and Egbin substations, Mba said that sufficient generation allows for better grid management in the event of sudden generation losses like this, adding that TCN would investigate the cause of tripping of Sapele Steam and Egbin power generating units. Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Olayemi Kadoso, said the Deloitte audit revealed that $2.4 billion out of the reported $7 billion of outstanding foreign exchange liabilities of the federal government are not valid for settlement. He disclosed that the bank had settled verified FX requests, which amounted to $2.3 billion. The CBN governor added that the current total of standing FX obligations stood at $2.2 billion. Cardoso further indicated that part of the $7 billion in outstanding FX claims was fraudulent, citing the outcome of a forensic audit by Deloitte Management Consultants, which was commissioned by the Apex Bank. The Naira traded near its all-time low despite improved liquidity. Market fundamentals show despite the $2.2 billion facility from the African Import-Export Bank, Afrexim Bank, the Naira is still under pressure due to the rising demand for the dollar. The Naira declining trend continues despite recent efforts by the Central Bank of Nigeria to support the foreign exchange market through interventions, raising worries about possible effects on the overall economy. Although the dollar was quoted at 1,435.53 Naira, which was higher than the 1,461.90 Naira reported on Thursday at the Nigerian Autonomous Foreign Exchange Market, NAFEM. According to statistics from the FMDQ, it still traded near its all-time low. In sports, Real Victoria has been sacked out as Egypt head coach after the African football giants' hopes of a record-extending 8 Africa Cup of Nations AFCON triumph were dashed last week. The Egyptian Football Association, EFA, announced in a statement the EFA Board of Directors thanked Portuguese manager Rui Vitória and his staff, adding it was reviewing foreign coaches' resumes. In the interim, former Al Ahly coach Mohamed Youssef will take charge of the national side, who were knocked out of the competition last week in a dramatic penalty shootout against the Democratic Republic of Congo. Former Brazilian football star Dani Alves went on trial in Barcelona accused of raping a woman in a local nightclub. Prosecutors are demanding a 9-year prison sentence followed by 10 years of conditional liberty. They are also recommending he pay 150,000 euros in compensation to the woman. The 40-year-old former Barcelona, Juventus and Paris Saint-Germain defender was driven to court in a police van from a prison near the Catalan capital, where he has been held on remand since his arrest in January 2023. Alves was arrested after a young woman accused him of raping her in a bathroom of the VIP area of the upmarket Sultan nightclub in Barcelona in the early hours of December 31st, 2022. Now, former Manchester United and Everton midfielder Marouane Fellaini has announced his retirement from playing football. The 36-year-old Belgian, concluding a 4-year tenure with Chinese club Shandong Taishan, made the announcement on his Instagram account on Saturday, bringing an end to his 18-year playing career. Fellaini, who earned 87 caps for the Belgium national team, spent a total of 12 years in the Premier League, 6 with Everton and 6 with Manchester United, having transferred from Merseyside to Old Trafford in 2013. Now that's it on the Midday News, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times, channel 276. Kindly follow us across all our social media platforms using @Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. I'm Queen Agaba. Thank you for watching and see you again.